The cargo freighter Distant Horizon drifted through the Kelvar Nebula, its hull scarred from decades of interstellar commerce. Captain Zixthor, a four-armed Venusian with silver scales, monitored the bridge displays with growing unease. 3 pirate vessels had emerged from the cosmic dust, their weapons hot and ready. "They're hailing us," First Officer Krell announced, his antennae twitching nervously. Zixthor sighed. The Distant Horizon carried medical supplies bound for the colony worlds. Nothing worth dying for, but raiders didn't care. They took what they wanted and asked questions never. "Put them through," he ordered. A scarred Krellian face filled the view screen, tusks gleaming. "Surrender your cargo and we'll let you live. Resist and we'll space your entire crew." Before Zixthor could respond, a voice crackled over the ship's intercom. "Captain, this is Marcus down in engineering." "I heard. Want me to handle this?" The bridge crew exchanged glances. Marcus Chen, their human engineer. They'd picked him up 6 months ago on a mining station, desperate for someone who could coax life from dying systems. Humans were rare this far from Sol, considered primitive by most galactic standards, but Marcus had proven invaluable. "Marcus, we appreciate the offer, but too late, boss. Already suited up." Zixthor's 4 hands clenched in frustration. Humans. They never listened. He'd heard stories, of course, everyone had. But stories were just stories. The raider captain laughed. "You have 60 seconds to decide. After that, we open fire." "Captain," the weapons officer whispered, "our shields are at 40%. We can't withstand a sustained assault." Zixthor made his decision. "Marcus, do whatever you're planning. We'll cover you. Copy that. Oh, and Captain, broadcast this on all channels. Let every scavenger in this sector watch." Within moments, an exterior camera picked up Marcus emerging from the lower airlock. He wore a standard EVA suit, nothing special. No powered armor, no personal shields. Just a human in a soft suit with a propulsion pack and an arsenal that would make a galactic marine jealous. "Attention raider vessels," Marcus's voice boomed across open frequencies. "This is Engineer Marcus Chen of the Distant Horizon. You have 10 seconds to turn around and leave. This is your only warning." The raider captain's laughter echoed. "A human. 1 human? Do you know how many ships we've taken? How many?" Marcus didn't wait for him to finish. He activated his propulsion pack and launched toward the nearest raider vessel. The pirates opened fire, plasma bolts streaking through space. Marcus twisted and rolled with impossible agility, each movement calculated, economic. He returned fire. The weapon he carried, cobbled together from spare parts and human ingenuity, fired magnetically accelerated slugs at relativistic speeds. The first raider's shields flickered and died under the barrage. Marcus didn't slow. He attached something to their hull, then rocketed toward the second vessel. "What is that maniac doing?" Zixthor breathed. He's boarding them, sir," Krell stammered. The explosion from the first raider ship provided the answer. Marcus had planted a breach charge. Atmosphere vented in a crystalline cloud and the ship went dark. The remaining raiders panicked. They'd heard the legends. Humans were deathworlders, apex predators from a planet that tried to kill them daily. Evolution had forged them in fire, pressure, and competition. They were endurance hunters, problem solvers, and absolutely relentless. But hearing stories and facing reality were different things. Marcus reached the second ship. Through the camera feed, they watched him cut through the airlock with a plasma torch. He disappeared inside. "Should we help him?" the weapons officer asked. "How?" Zixthor replied. "He's inside their ship." Screams echoed over the open channel. Not human screams, Krellian ones. The raider captain shouted orders, then weapons fire crackled. Then silence. Marcus emerged 60 seconds later, dragging 2 raiders in magnetic cuffs. He propelled them toward the Distant Horizon, then turned to the third vessel. "Last chance," he broadcast. "Leave now." The third raider ship's engines flared. They were running. Marcus let them go, watching until they jumped to hyperspace. Then he collected the 2 prisoners and returned to the freighter. When he cycled through the airlock and removed his helmet, Marcus looked exactly as he always did, slightly greasy from engine work, hair disheveled, expression calm. "Sorry about the mess, Captain," he said, "but I figured it was easier than replacing the entire cargo bay." Zixthor approached slowly, studying the human with new eyes. "Marcus, what did you do?" Marcus shrugged. "Basic boarding tactics. We humans have been fighting each other for millennia. Space combat is just the same principles with different terrain. Plus, I knew their ship layout. Krellian raiders always use modified freight haulers. Same weak points every time. You could have died. Maybe. Marcus grinned. But probably not. Humans are hard to kill, Captain. We don't give up, we don't quit. And we sure as hell don't let pirates steal medical supplies meant for sick kids. Later, as the distant horizon resumed course, Zixthor watched Marcus return to engineering, whistling an old Earth tune. The captain accessed the ship's communication array and began composing a message to the Merchant Guild. Warning to all raiders in Kelvar sector. The freighter Distant Horizon has a human on board. Approach at your own risk. Within hours, the message spread across a dozen systems. Pirates began avoiding the route entirely. Other ships started requesting human crew members. The price of human contracts tripled, and Marcus Chen continued fixing engines, occasionally handling minor disturbances, and proving once again why humanity, despite being relative newcomers to the galactic stage, had earned respect through the simplest method possible. Never underestimate a species that evolved by refusing to stay down. The galaxy was learning, slowly but surely, humans were here to stay.